welcome back to another Dream Weaver Diaries entry. This one is for the new mothers of the world, or anyone who wants to empathize with the new mothers if you aren't one yourself. If you're not interested, this one might not be for you. So there's this phrase you hear all the time in motherhood. It takes a village. And I remember thinking, okay, but what if you don't have one? What if your family isn't nearby or they're not available in the way that you need? What if your friends are in a completely different stage of life and they love you, but they just don't get it? What if your partner works a demanding job and most of your day is just you? Because that was me. I found myself at home with my baby and I loved her so much. Love her so much. But I also felt incredibly alone. And it wasn't the kind of loneliness that comes from being physically by yourself, but it was the kind where your whole world has changed and you don't have anyone in your immediate life who's changed in the same way. Your routines are different, your priorities are different, even your conversations are different. And there's this quiet realization that hits you. I need people. Not someday, not eventually, right now, I need people. And so I made a decision. If I didn't have a village, I was going to build one. And I had no idea how to do that at first. So I started simple. I actually asked ChatGPT, what are some things I could do? It told me about an app called Peanut. And it is for, you've heard of like dating apps, Hinge, Tinder, things like that. It's similar to that, but it's for parents, or mothers specifically, or stepmothers who want to meet other people who are in a similar stage, which is exactly where I was at. So I downloaded that app, and honestly, I didn't have huge expectations, but what I found surprised me. There were so many other moms in the exact same stage of life, feeling the exact same way, trying to figure out who they were now, trying to get out of the house, trying to not feel so alone. And it made me realize something really important. New moms are actually some of the easiest people to become friends with. Not because, well, I guess because everyone is solving the same problem, right? So I started small. I went on a couple of walking dates, we can call them. Nothing complicated, just meeting up, walking with our babies, and talking. And naturally, I started to figure out who I clicked with more than others, who felt easy to be around, who I wanted to see again. And here's something that surprised me about myself. I've always been someone who prefers a very small circle. Maybe like one or two close friends. That's always been my comfort zone. But in this season of life, that approach actually made things harder because if you only have one or two people, there's a lot of pressure. Schedules have to align perfectly. Availability has to match. And if it doesn't, you're back to being alone again. So the introverted part of me cringed, but I had to shift my mindset. And instead of looking for one or two perfect friendships, a lot of pressure to put on it, I just started building a network. Different moms, different schedules, different types of connection. Some were stay-at-home moms who were available during the week, some working moms who were more available on weekends. And that variety made everything feel lighter. There's always someone. Then I took it a step further. I started looking for places where moms naturally gather. The library. There's tons of, baby reading groups, lap bounce stuff, indoor playgrounds, parks, places where you don't need an invitation to show up. And the more I got out of the house, the more something interesting started to happen. I started meeting moms just naturally, in passing conversations on the swings during story time. And when it felt right, one of us would say, hey, do you want to exchange numbers? And that part got easier and easier over time. At first, it felt a little outside my comfort zone, but then I realized everyone there is open to it. No one is weirded out by it because, again, we're all trying to solve the same problem. And slowly, what started as nothing turned into something real. My husband was laughing because he's just like, basically like I befriended the world. I had so many friends I didn't know what to do with it. But now I have a rotation. So different people I can meet up with, different options depending on the day. Some days I just want to spend with just me and my daughter, but other days I am craving connection and I can reach out. And there's some people that are a bit more on the spontaneous side that would be willing to hang out on short notice, and other people I'll schedule them, a month in advance. And anyway, it's not perfect. It's not like I suddenly have this picture perfect village. I still have my moments for sure where I feel isolated, but I have connection. I have people. And that has made a huge difference in my mental health. Getting out of the house, having adult conversations, being around people who understand this stage of life, it really does change everything. And I do want to say, I recognize that some of this is influenced by where I live. I live in a safe area. I happen to meet neighbors with young kids that we connect with, and I don't take that for granted. Not everyone has the same environment. But the core idea still applies, I think. You don't find a village, you have to build one. And it doesn't happen all at once. It's one conversation, one walk, one meetup at a time. And maybe the most important part of all this is finding people who are in the same stage of life. Because there's a level of understanding there that you really just can't replicate. You don't have to explain everything. You don't have to justify your priorities. They just get it. And when you find that, even in small pieces, it makes motherhood feel a lot less isolating. So, if you're in that place right now, feeling alone, feeling like you don't have your people, just know that you're not the only one. And the village you're looking for might be looking for you too. You just have to meet it halfway.